Okay, so what do you guys like know anything personally about mental health? Like, what do you think about when you hear someone who's mentally ill?
Mentally ill?
Yeah. Pretty much
usually some sort of disorder, or they're just not in a normal state of mental sanity, I guess.
Yeah. Would you like, if you see, okay, this person is mentally ill, would you like, oh, maybe he's more dangerous than everyone else, like the general crowd, like that are not mentally ill?
No.
Like more violent?
Well, I think it's like anything. When you see a situation, you assess it first. I mean, if someone you see that may have a mental, or what you think may have a mental disorder based on the type of behavior you see, you know. So, for example, if you're walking through Central Park and you see a guy doing whatever, you have to assess it first, and then if it seems like the person may need help, then you try to offer some help. Like, it's just like any normal human being. But of course, there are people who have certain disorders that don't allow them to ask for help or accept help because they don't know they're doing something wrong, or they're not aware of what they're doing.
That's true. Yeah.
So it just depends. I think like anything, you just want to assess the situation. I mean, you know, as just being a good humanitarian, you always want to help anyone out in need.
You would wish that more people were like that.
No, because the reason being because I think it's also location-wise. New York, of course, centrally located. There's a lot more population per square block, and with that, there's also a lot more prevalence of all types of issues. Okay, so pregnancy, drugs, violence, and also people with mental disorders. So there's a stigma connected to it that person with mental disorder stay away because like they may
they're dangerous. And that's what's portrayed in the movie. Like usually like the person that's totally wacko, right? Yeah. Oh, she turns out he has schizophrenia or multiple personalities or stuff like that. So like a lot of people might think, oh no, they have a mental disorder, they might be more dangerous.
Right.
So what would you assume about a person, like say if they were making weird noises, like if they're going like heh or like wow, or you know just making weird noises and clapping their hands and maybe touching their head, or what would you assume they have?
Specifically?
Give a guess.
Like the specific type of illness?
Yeah, what would you guess they had? You know, the clapping, or going like this, or like, what would you think that they had?
I don't know. It's been so long since I take psychology classes, but
I know that
schizophrenia, maybe not.
Autism?
No idea.
I have Tourette's syndrome.
Oh, yeah, that is Tourette's.
And there.
No, now that you say it, it's like, oh yes, because you see it in the movies, or you see it in the way it's portrayed in
mostly
class.
it's portrayed as, you know, cock, fuck, sucker.
Yeah.
But it's not, you know, but for me it is actually. I also have coprolalia, but it's also, you know, just like noises and, you know, I get like people seem to look at me sometimes like I'm dangerous. Mm-hmm. And they kind of like maybe cross the street or like go away or look a little bit weird or like kind of like look at me without like pretending not to look at me, and they seem to look like I'm dangerous. But really I'm just making noises. So anyways, so I guess it was really just to have you guys' perspective a little bit. Yeah. It was nice to talk to people who weren't like really like judgmental about it.
And I think with anything, if you take a random sample of people through the streets and you're walking, talking to them, everyone has different experiences. So the way they react to different situations is based on their experience. I think that's clear.
Yeah, and like a bazillion people have mental health issues. So
of course.
Like, you wouldn't even know.
Right.
Like half everyone like in this park is on meds.
Yeah, some sort of meds. And of course you don't know. But I think it's like anything when you see someone you don't know, treat them just like you would anyone else too, of course. Yeah. And yes, if you see someone waving around a knife just randomly walking through, of course you have to try to stay away. I mean, it's just normal.
And even if they're waving around a knife, they may not even have schizophrenia. They may be completely, you know, aside from being a little bit whacked, they might.
But they may just be pissed and it's something. They just want to do something bad because they had a bad day.
Yeah, exactly. They just could be, mean temper kind of thing. So it might not even have to do anything. So, anyways, thank you very much. I'll give you my card so that you can look up my username on YouTube and you might find yourself there. Well, you will find yourself there.